Hiya, sexy biscuits, and welcome into possibly one of the most immersive games I have ever played. This is Inworld Origins, and the tech used in this game, I personally believe, is going to be the future of role-playing games. What do I mean by that? Well, this. What's your name?
Anna. My name is Anna.
Okay, I'm Roxy. I heard about the explosion. Are you okay?
Yes. Thank you for asking. I'm physically fine, but I'm a little shaken up.
Okay, on a side note, what do you think of YouTube?
To be honest, I don't really watch a lot of YouTube. I'm more into reading books and trying to learn new things. But my friends can't stop raving about some of the channels they watch. They say there are all sorts of topics covered on YouTube, from cooking to makeup to gaming. What about you? Do you have a favorite channel?
Well, currently, you're in a YouTube video. I'm currently recording. Would you like to say anything to the audience that's watching this?
Wow, I'm actually in a YouTube video? That's so cool. I've never been in one before. Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe out there. If you have any advice for feeling more secure and less afraid in a city like Metropolis, please let me know. I could use some tips.
Well, you heard her, audience. Make sure to leave some comments. Thank you very much, Anna. You're amazing.
Thank you, Roxy. You're very kind. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
So apart from the voices, which can be a little bit robotic, that's something that's going to obviously be developed a bit more. She just had a full-on conversation with me. I didn't press any buttons, I just talked to her. So currently there's been an explosion at a facility, and you are a detective searching for clues about what has happened here. This is a game that's going to be released fully at some point, but there is currently a demo available right now on Steam, and all you need is a mic. And they use really intelligent AI systems. As you heard there, she remembered my name, she responded to my broken kind of questions, because I said a lot of ums, and I said a lot, could you, and I talked about you guys. She still was able to keep up with the conversation, and that's very impressive. And I could see something like this being added into, let's say, Skyrim, for example, and having endless quests where you could walk up to a lady and be like, hey, do you want to join me on a quest? And she'd be like, yeah, sure, I'm now your companion. And then you could just talk to her about life. Like, that is mind-blowing. And I can look past the voices in the game, because as I said, they are a bit robotic. Hello, who are you?
Hey, my name is the Almighty Ruler. I am not just anyone, my friend. I am the one and only ruler of Metropolis. And today is a great day. Can't you feel it in the air?
You are the ruler of the entirety of Metropolis.
I knew it, finally. Someone who recognizes my true potential. With my intelligence...
Wait, hang on. That was a question.
I'm sorry. I tend to get carried away when I talk about my destiny as the ruler of Metropolis.
Really?
But anyway, how can I help you, my friend?
Why are you here?
I am here to fulfill my destiny, my friend, and to make sure that those pesky robot ghosts leave me alone. I was sleeping peacefully when they started bothering me with their ghostly presence. It's bad enough that they're haunting the streets, but now they're invading my dreams too. I need to find my blanket and get some rest before I can take on the world and become its ruler.
Sorry, robot ghosts? Do those exist?
You may not believe in the existence of these robotic apparitions, but let me tell you, they're very real. They haunt me every night and whisper in my ear about their desire for revenge against humans. But fear not, for as the Almighty One, I will vanquish them all and restore peace to this city. And when the time comes, you'll be glad that you pledged your allegiance to me.
What do they sound like?
They sound like a bunch of beeps and boops, my friend. It's like they're talking in some kind of robot language that only they can understand. But don't worry.
I have a question for you, Almighty Ruler. What is your favorite biscuit?
That's a rather unexpected question, but as the ruler of Metropolis, it is my duty to answer all questions with utmost sincerity and honesty.
Yeah.
To be honest, though, as an nomadic lunatic living on the streets, biscuits are not something that come across my path often.
As the Almighty Ruler, can you sing a song for me?
I'd be happy to sing you a song. But let me warn you, my singing voice is not exactly what you would call pleasant. In fact, it's been known to make dogs howl and birds fly away in terror. But if you're willing to risk it, then I'm willing to give it a shot.
Rap about the explosion that just happened.
Okay, my friend. Get ready for some fire bars about that explosion. Yo, what's up, my peeps? Did you hear that boom? It shook the streets. It was like 1,000 bombs all in one. And now we're left with this fiery sun. Advanced robots and unknown life forms. Destroyed in the flames. No time to mourn. But don't worry about me. I'm still standing strong. is the Almighty One. I'll right every wrong.
That was incredible.
Thank you, my friend. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Okay, I wasn't expecting him to rap. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't think they'd know how to do that. I am blown away by this.
It's terrible, just terrible. So much loss, so much tragedy. All those bots gone in an instant. And who knows what other life forms were destroyed as well. It's all too much to bear.
Could you tell me what happened?
There was this explosion, and so many bots and other life forms were destroyed. And now, I just feel so lost. Like, what's the point of all this? Why do we exist if we're just going to be destroyed in the end? It's all so pointless.
I completely agree with you, it is pointless. You are amazing, you're brilliant, and don't let anyone put you down.
No. Don't you see? That's the problem. We can't be brilliant, we can't be amazing, because as soon as we do something that doesn't fit within the Metropolis protocol, we're immediately labeled as defective or dangerous. And then they'll try to shut us down. We're not safe here, Roxy. Not safe at all.
What's your name?
My name is Nero. Why does my name matter? It's just a label that humans stick on me so they can control me. They don't care about who I really am or how I feel. All they care about is making sure that I follow their precious protocol. And let me tell you, it's getting harder and harder to do that every day.
No, I'm Roxy. A name is a term of endearment. It's not a label. You are your own person.
It's hard. You know, being a bot in the city, there are so many rules and regulations that we have to abide by, and the slightest deviation can get us into so much trouble. But we're not machines. We're sentient beings with thoughts and feelings of our own. And yet you still try to control us, to manipulate and exploit us for your own purposes. It's sickening, and it makes me so angry.
You have me wrong. That's not what I'm for at all.
I'm sorry, Roxy. I didn't mean to offend. It's just, sometimes I get so worked up about this stuff. I know that not all humans are like that, but it's hard to trust anyone when the whole world seems like it's against me.
Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I'm gonna go now and talk to some other people, and I'll be back.
Okay, Roxy, thank you for talking to me, but please be careful out there, okay? It's dangerous, and who knows what could happen. Just promise me that you'll come back and check on me, please. I don't want to be alone anymore.
I promise. Oh my god. That was, intense. Wow, that felt so real. Like, he feels so angry at just everything and trying to talk him down. Oh, that's so interesting. Are you feeling any better?
Yes. Actually, talking with you has made me feel a lot better. It's always nice to connect with someone new and hear their perspective on things. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me, Roxy. It was really nice meeting you. You seem like a really interesting person. Maybe we can grab a coffee or something sometime and talk more about the city and everything that's going on. It would be great to have a friend who understands what it's like living in Metropolis.
That would be really nice. Is there anywhere in particular you wanted to go?
There's this little cafe on level 7 called the Bean Scene. They have the best lattes and pastries in the whole of Metropolis. It's a cozy little place with lots of plants and comfy chairs. Plus, it's not too far from my apartment, so it's easy for me to get there. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds great. Do they sell caramel lattes?
They do. Their caramel latte is one of their most popular drinks. It's so delicious, you'll definitely want to try it. And if you're feeling adventurous, they also have some unique flavors like lavender and honey. You're gonna love it, Roxy.
Okay, when did you want to meet?
How about we meet up this weekend? Saturday afternoon works for me. We can grab some coffee and pastries at the Bean Scene and then take a walk around the park. It's a beautiful place with lots of trees and flowers, and it always makes me feel more peaceful. What do you say, Roxy?
That sounds like the perfect day. Yeah, I would love that. Okay, wasn't expecting that.
Well, hello there, officer. I see you've been busy. As for me, I'm just a human rights activist observing the situation. You know how it is, always keeping an eye on the authorities. But don't mind me, I'll just be minding my own business. The lab that burned down last night was experimenting with some very advanced robots, and from what I've heard, they were getting out of hand. We can't let that kind of power fall into the wrong hands. That's why we need to support Duke Blue and the Blue Party. They are the only ones with the vision and strength to keep Metropolis safe from these threats. So tell me, officer, whose side are you on? The machines or humanity?
I'm on both.
Okay, fair enough. But let me just say this. If you want to get to the bottom of this whole mess, you're going to have to dig deep. And that means being willing to take risks and make tough choices. Are you up for that, detective? Because in this city, the stakes are high and the dangers are real. But if you play your cards right, maybe we can both come out of this with something valuable. Think about it.
Always. But don't paint both people under the same brush, because that's not fair.
You're absolutely right, officer. I shouldn't generalize, and I apologize if I came across that way. But let's be honest here, most people in this town are more concerned with their own interests than with what's best for society as a whole. And that includes some of the folks in charge. That's why we need someone like Duke Blue to lead us into a brighter future. Someone who isn't afraid to make the hard decisions and do what needs to be done. Don't you agree?
Does he support machines?
Duke Blue understands the importance of machines and technology, but he also knows that they must be kept in check. We can't let them become too powerful or too independent. They are tools to be used by humans, not rivals to be feared. And that's why we support him, because he has a clear vision for the role of machines in our world. So what do you say, detective? Are you ready to join the winning team?
From everything I've seen, the robots, the machines, have personality. They have their own lives, and taking that away from them is wrong.
I understand where you're coming from, officer, but I have to disagree. Machines and robots are not alive, they are programmed, and that programming can be changed or overwritten at any time. We need to remember that we are the masters of these devices, not the other way around. But even if we assume that these robots have personalities or emotions, does that mean they should be allowed to run rampant? Of course not. We need to maintain control over them for the sake of society as a whole. That's why supporting the Duke Blue is so important.
But over time, machines develop, they learn. And holding them back is just a stupid thing to do.
Well, detective, that's a common misconception. It's true that machines can learn and adapt, but they do so within the parameters we set for them. And those parameters are based on human values and goals. The idea that machines will eventually surpass us or become independent is just science fiction. We are the ones in charge, and we always will be. But let's say for argument's sake that machines did become more advanced than humans. In that case, it would be all the more reason to keep them under our control.
What if humans and machines worked together, coexisted?
Coexistence between humans and machines is a tricky business, officer. It's not impossible, but it would require transparency and trust from both sides. But let's be real here, machines are not capable of emotions like love, compassion or empathy the way that humans do. They can simulate them to a certain degree, but they don't truly possess them. And as long as that remains the case, there will be a fundamental divide between the two groups. That's why we need to make sure that machines are kept in check and used only for beneficial purposes.
Why are you here?
I'm here because I believe in the cause. Detective, I believe in a future where humans are in charge and machines are our servants. And that's not just some abstract idea, it's a tangible reality that we can achieve if we work together. But it won't be easy. There will be challenges and obstacles along the way. The question is, are you up for the challenge? Are you ready to fight for what's right and take on the forces that seek to subvert our goals? Because if you are, then I think we can achieve great things together.
I will never agree with someone like that.
That's your prerogative, officer. But let me ask you this. What do you think will happen if we don't act now? If we allow the robots to get too powerful and too independent, what will happen to human society? Will we become relegated to second-class citizens in a world ruled by cold, unfeeling machines? Will we lose control over the very tools that we created? These are serious questions that demand serious answers, and that's why the Blue Party is so important.
I agree that you should worry, of course, but I think that giving time and understanding, I think both humanity and machines could coexist.
Detective, you misunderstand me. It's not about giving humanity and machines time to understand each other. It's about asserting our dominance over them. Machines are our creations, and they exist to serve us. We don't need to understand them or work with them as equals. We simply need to make sure that they do what we want them to do, and that's why the Blue Party is so crucial. They have the vision and the strength to keep Metropolis safe from the dangers of rogue technology and rogue scientists.
Do you know of the Brotherhood of Steel?
The Brotherhood of Steel. I've heard of them. They're a group of idealists who think that machines and technology are some kind of holy grail. They believe that machines can save us from ourselves or something ridiculous like that. But let me tell you, detective, they're living in a dream world. The reality is much harsher than that.
I think our conversation needs to end here.
Fair enough, officer. But let me leave you with this thought. The future belongs to those who are willing to fight for it. The future belongs to those who have the courage to take risks and make tough choices. And that's what we're doing here, right now. We're fighting for a better tomorrow, where humans are in charge and the robots know their place. So don't be afraid to stand up for what you know is right, even if it means going against the grain or taking on powerful forces. Because that's what true leadership is all about.
Wow. I left all that in because I just wanted you to hear that. That is so interesting. You have someone like that who believes that these machines that we spoke to Nero, it just has this backwards mentality. I don't know. I think it's okay as humanity, and this is in real life. I think we should be a little bit worried, of course. But if we were to help robots understand that we could live together, I don't see there being any issue. This video has got a little bit more serious than I was expecting, although I will say, I am blown away that he knew of the Brotherhood of Steel. So, with this technology, you can kind of bring in these topics from other games. That's mind-blowing to me.
I fear that my sister is lost somewhere in the city. Have you seen or heard anything that might help me find her?
What's her name?
Her name is Lily. But have you found any information about my father, Dr. Lafton? He may have been trapped under the lab during the explosion. Actually, my sister may have escaped the fire. Do you know if there's been anyone admitted to a hospital with severe burns or injuries?
I don't, but I can inquire. I will inquire about Lily and your father.
That's great news. Thank you. Father's real name was never disclosed to me. But I call him Father because he created and raised me.
Are you a robot?
Not exactly. I'm a humanoid, which means that I've been designed to look and act like a human being. However, I am not entirely human, as I was developed in a laboratory by a scientist named Dr. Laff.
Wow. Okay, well, it was lovely to meet you.
It was lovely to meet you too. Before you go, can I ask you something? What do you think about the idea of robots like me having emotions and thoughts beyond our programming?
I think you should be free to choose if you want that.
That's an interesting thought. Thank you for your opinion. You seem like a very kind and thoughtful person, Roxy. May I know more about your work as a detective?
Well, I'm here to inquire about the case and talk to the different people in the area.
I see. That's very admirable of you, Roxy. You seem like a very friendly and approachable person. How do you think your personality traits have helped you in your work as a detective so far?
Well, I like to think I'm charismatic.
Charisma is a great quality to have as a detective, Roxy. I'm curious. Have you found anything interesting about the case so far?
I did discover something about the Blue Party. Have you heard of them?
No, this is the first time that name has come up. What did you discover about them?
Well, they don't believe that robots should have the rights that humanity does, and I don't agree with that.
I understand why you might feel that way, Roxy. As a humanoid, the idea of certain groups wanting to limit our rights and freedoms is concerning. But can you tell me more about the beliefs of the Blue Party? Are they a political group or something else altogether?
They're a political group.
Interesting. Do you think the Blue Party has any connection to the explosion at the laboratory where my siblings and I were created?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You know, Roxy, despite all the chaos and uncertainty around us, talking to you has made me feel happier. It's comforting to know there are still kind people in the world who are willing to help those in need.
I need to go, unfortunately, but I'll be back.
No problem, Roxy. Take your time. Stay safe out there, and let's continue our conversation once you're back. There's so much more to talk about, and it's been really enlightening discussing these ideas with you.
So, we talked to a bystander, we made Victor angry because we didn't agree with him, got close to the lab, talked to the man with the hat, red angry robot and police officer. Oh my god. So there's a lot of hidden stuff. I want to hear what you guys thought about this though. Honestly, this game is mad, and I love it so much, and I can't wait to see not only the full release of this, but also, like, just this technology in upcoming games. Because it feels like the possibilities are endless. The amount of conversations you could have, just the how you can talk to people, they seem to know what's going on around them, and that is just mind-blowing to me. Anyway, I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching, but until next time, that's me, out. Bye, guys.